welcome back, DoomTubers. Doomwave's back here, talking about some games I've been playing recently. In lieu of, pickups, I guess, because I just haven't been picking that much up lately, which is probably better because I have so many games that I haven't played that I own that, I should probably just go ahead and play some more. I haven't completed any that I haven't done a video of recently. My last video I talked about a couple of shmups that I beat recently, and one of those I'm going to talk a little bit more about in this video. But other than that, though, I'm just kind of enjoying some games, and not very many, actually. I've got 5 here, but a couple of them I really haven't put very much time into. And one of them I just started today, and one of them I've been playing quite a bit. And one demo that I want to mention, I did play the DMC Devil May Cry demo on the PlayStation 3. I downloaded it, and I played it, and I gotta say, it's freaking amazing. It's actually everything that I wanted it to be, kind of. I just played it very briefly. The demo was actually pretty good. It allowed you to play like an entire stage of the game that really showed off all of the mechanics of the game. The gunplay and the sword play and the platforming mechanics and the I don't know what you call them, but like the hooks that you like throw and chain to things and swing up to them and like pull them towards you and things like that, and all the different kinds of enemies that you face, and pretty much what you can expect from the game. And also there was a boss battle. I don't know which boss it is. I think it's the succubus. It's a big disgusting critter, and you get to fight it, and beat it, and get to see the ins and outs of a boss battle in the game. And I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and based on I just beat Heavenly Sword and Enslaved recently, and I wanted to go ahead and keep with the Ninja Theory games, so I went ahead and downloaded the demo and played through it, and I loved it. And I'm going to go get the game sometime. I don't know. I'm kind of waiting on a price drop, but I don't know. Maybe I'll crack and go ahead and get it. But as soon as I do, then there'll be a price drop. Yeah. So I love the demo. The demo was great. Some other games I have been playing, like the entire games. I put this game on my backlog, and I'm kind of abandoning it for now. Not because it's not a great game, but because it's, I don't know. There's parts of it that annoy me a little bit, and it's kind of discouraging me from playing it. I'd really like to get a strategy guide for this game, just because I like playing strategy guides. Not that I couldn't, look it up on a game fact or something and figure it out, but I don't know. I just like playing with strategy guides, and that game is Nier. I talked about it on the last episode of the podcast briefly, and I've talked about it a lot before. And this is a really great game. I really love the music and the visuals and the gameplay. I love the battle mechanics and everything. The third-person hack and slash, real-time, third-person hack and slash battle system that you use in the game. But what I don't like about it is some of the fetch quests and things where you have to go and find things and bring them back and go and find a person, and yeah, I don't know. It's kind of discouraging to me playing those parts of this game. But when it comes to the platforming and the third-person hack and slash kind of stuff, this game is awesome. I really like that. But like I said, I'm not really big on the fetch quest type stuff in this game. I will complete it, but I think I'm more likely to complete it if I have a strategy guide. So I'm on the lookout for one of those, and then I will definitely get back to this game, if not sooner. I'm not sitting here saying that I won't play it again without a strategy guide, because I might come back to it. But for now, I'm gonna kind of put it on the back burner and stick it back in the backlog, and wait for now. I did talk about this game in my last video. It's Raiden Fighters Aces, and it's a really amazing game. It's still in my 360 actually. Really amazing shoot 'em up. I don't need to say much more about it, but one thing I discovered about it was cool. Like when I recorded my last video, I had just kind of finished all 3 games. Just a playthrough to get all the stages you know, and get the achievement points for beating the game on any difficulty with continues and stuff like that. But what I didn't realize was I was looking through the achievements, and there's actually, you know, you get achievement points. I think it's like 40 points or something like, maybe it's not quite that many. I don't know. Some amount of points for beating the boss rush mode, which is pretty simple. You know, you just go to each stage, and you're placed in the stage right before the boss. And then you go and you beat the boss, and you get, you know, you just move on to the next one. Well, in doing this, I discovered that on the last stage of the game, the final mission, once you beat what was the final boss, you actually, at least in the last one, I can't remember if it was on all three. I think it was on 2 and 3, or 2 and Jet, but it might have been on the first one too. I can't remember. But once you beat the last boss, you actually go to another boss, and like you fight another one that wasn't in the standard levels. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's kind of not really bonus content because it was there. But yeah, just boss rush mode. It had some more fights, and they were pretty hard. I played, just for grins, I think I played through them all on normal, and it was a lot harder. And it was a lot of fun. I'm trying to. I can't remember what I'm trying to do right now. Something. Oh, trying to play. Yeah, that's right. Trying to play and beat all 3 games on expert mode, not expert difficulty, because like there's an arcade mode or normal mode, which is just the standard arcade mode. There's boss rush mode, and there is expert mode, and you can choose difficulty on all of those. And I'm actually playing through it right now, trying to play all 3 on expert mode, and it is hard. I'm not an expert. Made it to the last stage, and the last stage is the one where it doesn't matter where you are in the stage. If you get a game over, you go back to the beginning of the stage, and that made it pretty tough. But it's still a lot of fun. I still have a lot of fun playing it, you know, over and over and over again. To me, games like this, are just never going to get old to me. But that's what makes them good. That's what makes them, really great games for me to pick up and have in my collection. Next is a game I haven't put a ton of time into, and I talked about this, I think, in my last video too. It's Advance Wars for the Game Boy DS, Nintendo DS. This is a pretty cool strategy, tactical. I don't want to call it an RPG because it's not really an RPG, but it's one of those tactics games. It's kind of cartoony. It's made by Nintendo, and there's just not a whole lot of story involved. There's some story, which kind of holds it together pretty well. You're basically these military. There's something post-apocalyptic. You're living in a post-apocalyptic world. There's been like some meteors crash into the earth, something like that. And I don't even know which. I think your name is Will. You are Will, and you join the military. You're already a cadet, but you're not really like in the military. But you join up with them and kind of tag along and help out as best you can. And basically, there's just strategy, tactical game. You're fighting against these other former military guys who decided that they weren't going to be good. They were going to do bad, and kind of disturb the peace, I guess, and what do I call it? Attack the little, pop-up villages that come along and steal all their stuff and kill all the people. Basically, they just decided that they could do whatever they want. So your team is trying to be, the peacekeepers, I guess, and try to help out the people in need. And yeah, I'm actually to a point right now where you can actually run these factories. Like during the battle, you can actually man these factories and produce more units to use in the battle, which is pretty cool. But it's pretty tough. Like it got tougher right there at that point because there were so many of the enemy forces at that point. You were supposed to be building more people to help you. But yeah, so that's probably basically where I am with Advance Wars Days of Ruin. Pretty fun. I haven't put a ton of time into it. Maybe an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, something like that. But the next couple of games have been taking up all of my time. First one I want to talk about is the one I've been playing the most. I probably put 6 or 8 hours into this. I'm not sure. I haven't seen a timer on here, so I don't know if there's way to tell, but it's for the PSP, and it's one of the games in my last video that I talked about my backlog, so it's a couple videos ago. It's The City of Final Fantasy. This game is pretty awesome. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Steven, the Laggy Gamer from another gaming podcast along with me, is also playing this game, and he's got it about beat, but he's a lot better at video games than I am. But it's pretty awesome. It's basically, the basic story is there's this constant conflict between Chaos and Cosmos, good and evil, and Cosmos has fallen, basically. So it's up to the warriors, the good guys, basically the main characters from the first 10 Final Fantasy games. I want to say 3, 6, 8. Yeah, first 10 Final Fantasy games. Basically, there's a chapter for each character, and you play as that character, and you face a bunch of enemies, and then at the end of the chapter or whatever, you fight a boss. I don't know if it's always the main boss that's in the corresponding character's Final Fantasy game, because I haven't played through very many of them. But I know at least in the first chapter, which was freaking hard, I didn't play it first. I actually played the second chapter first, because the second chapter had a 2-star difficulty. First chapter has a 5-star difficulty. So I was a little intimidated. But I went back and I played the first chapter, and you play as the nameless warrior of light in the first chapter, and I believe the last boss, pretty sure, is Garland, if I remember correctly. A little frazzled right now with memory. But you face Garland, and in the second chapter, you play as Furion from Final Fantasy II, and you fight against the Emperor. And 3 is the one I'm playing right now, and it's a little weird, because you always have kind of a counterpart character that's tagging along with you, but you're not really. They don't fight in that one. So right now I'm playing as the Onion Knight from Final Fantasy III, and my companion is Terra from Final Fantasy VI. And yeah, some weird stuff going on there, but yeah, and then of course you move on to 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And play as those characters, and then also there's like a few bonus stages unlocked after you complete the first 10, and I think that's where Steven's at right now. So he'll probably be doing a video eventually. But we've also it's also been mentioned that maybe we should do one of the mini-sodes of another gaming podcast on this game, because it's kind of a game that I haven't heard talked about very much. It's a pretty cool fighting type game. Trying to compare it to a pretty common game, but I can't really think of one at the moment. It's it's 3D environments, it's 3D fighting, and it's always at like a different location. All the battlefields are different from one another. I mean, there's I don't know how many there is, probably 8 or 10 different stages that you fight on. Some of them are kind of annoying because there's walls that are really close together, and the camera doesn't always do what you want it to do, and it kind of gets frustrating. And I've put a lot more hours into it than maybe I should have, because I keep fighting these battles and having to redo them over and over because I just suck. But there's a lot of it that's luck too. For every time that you retry, you might you get the first move off first before they do, and it's your typical fighting game. That it just depends on how quick you are and how much luck you have. But it's got some lots of RPG elements to it too. I mean, it is a Final Fantasy game. You can equip different weapons. You can buy different weapons, different accessories that boost your stats and things like that. Your luck, your bravery, your attack, your defense, your speed, all that stuff. It's kind of, there's quite a bit of stats involved, and you can kind of see your enemy's stats before you go into the battle, so kind of what you're going up against, and maybe the type of moves that you need to focus on. Because there's a couple of battles that I had were extremely frustrating, because It seems like all that the opponent did was block and then counterattack my attacks, so then I would get my butt kicked like every time. But I made it past those for now. But you know, I expect there to be more in the future. But like I said, I've been spending a lot of time on this game, and I'm actually really having a great time. I can't wait to finish it and kind of, you know, give kind of a complete overview of the game. And also, I would like to get my hands on a copy of the sequel. I think it's, I don't even know what it's called, like 012 or something like that. And I think it includes more characters from the, you know, 12 and 13 also. And I don't even know. I don't even know, you know, which characters it includes. But from what I understand, it's pretty similar gameplay and stuff. So I'm sure it'll be really great game to have. And I don't know if you can see it behind me there, but it's my Japanese copy of the game. I've decided to kind of display in the background just because I love the game so much. And it's like, oh, hey, I got an extra copy of it. Might as well put it up or something. And then last but not least, it's kind of my first impressions of this game. It's Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Yeah, Wrath of the White Witch. This game is pretty good. I'm about 4.5 hours into it. And if you played the game, I just beat the big rat, Hickory Dickory Dock, or whatever his name was. I just beat that guy and got the magic wand. So it's, I don't know, I'm still really on the fence about this game. I actually like the battle system. Steven said in our on Facebook, we were having a conversation about it, he kind of said that the battle was kind of the weakest point, but I actually think that the battle was kind of the part that I was enjoying the most. I kind of like the familiars and, you know, that sort of Pokemon-esque, you know, aesthetic of the game. It's not really like Pokemon. It really doesn't remind me that much of Pokemon. A little bit, but not as much as other people have compared them to me. That's just an opinion, though. But I really like it, but maybe what I don't like about it, I don't like Oliver's voice acting. Other people have mentioned that too, and are kind of, you know, indifferent about it. I don't know, I'm kind of annoyed by it, but maybe by the end, you know, if I put some more time into it, maybe I will be, it'd be more endearing, I guess. I like Mr. Drippy a lot. I like his voice actor quite a bit, and I like, you know, just the way he talks, you know, tidy. You know, I kind of like Mr. Drippy. I think he's a good character. And overall, though, I think the story, I think it's going to get better. But for now, I mean, it's not that I'm not impressed. It's just for right now, I guess I just don't see what all the fuss is about. But I'm sure it'll get better. I know that, and I just need to put some more time into it. You know, because for right now, it seems like it's taken 4.5 hours to essentially do almost nothing, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. But you know, there's nothing bad that I can say about this game as far as sounds, other than Oliver's voice acting, visuals, you know, basically everything else about this game I think is fan-freaking-tastic. I mean, people weren't kidding when they said how good this game looks. I mean, because seriously, I cannot stress enough how awesome this game looks, and the music is just beautiful. It's a wonderfully scored game, and it's awesome. I love that about it, and I love looking at it. I love watching it, you know. And at least thus far, there's been an awful lot of just watching, with not just cutscenes, you know, but just, you know, the conversations between characters and things like that. You know, there's been some battles too. You know, I've had 2 pseudo boss battles, and I got to a point now where I think I'm kind of at the end of what feels like the end of a chapter. It's right when you get the magic wand, you know, and you're about to set off to go do something. I don't even remember what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'll have to look back a little bit. But fantastic, though. I'm enjoying my time with it. You know, even with these, you know, not really negative things, but, you know, the things kind of bad I've said about it now thus far. With all that said, I'm still having a lot of fun with it. I'm still, you know, going to put a ton of time into this game. It's still really awesome, and I do really like the familiars and the battle system. I really do, and like I said, it's beautiful. So That's, I guess my first impressions of Ni no Kuni. It's wonderful, but I'm hoping that the story kind of picks up just a little bit. But other than that, though, I would say it is fantastic. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about. I think that's it. I've kind of covered all the games that I've been playing for now. Nothing major. Other than Ni no Kuni, I guess Ni no Kuni is kind of major, and how much I'm enjoying Dissidia, I guess that's pretty major. But other than that, though, really no retro. I really haven't put anything into the retro systems lately. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but just haven't done it. Games I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to getting Pandora's Tower for the Wii, even though I haven't played Xenoblade or Last Story yet. But still looking forward to getting that because I did pre-order it, and I will be damned if I will miss another one. So I did get that pre-ordered, and I do plan on picking it up on release day, just to get it out of the way. But other than that, though, I think that's about it. That's all I have for you for right now. So thank you for watching once again, and thank you for subscribing. I've had a ton of subscribers lately, and I haven't got a chance to thank all of them. And just extend it right now. If you're watching this video and you're a recent subscriber within the last couple of weeks, I really, really appreciate it, and thanks a lot for your support. And had some amazing people contact me and tell me how much they enjoy my channel and things like that. I seriously thank you very much. And I can't remember your YouTube channels, your handles right off the top of my head because they are kind of confusing. But let's just see if I have it right here in my email, because I think I do. It's Oaks25, all spelled out. I'll go ahead and put your name, your channel in the description, because even though you don't have any videos right now, but I want to just give you a good shout out because you've been a great big supporter of mine for a long time now, and I really appreciate that. And I think the other one, I'm not sure here. Let's just... This is really unprofessional of me to not have them right off the top of my head. It's Guns7469, dude. Thank you so much. I've been talking to you through email, so your real name is what's fresh in my mind, not your YouTube channel name. So thank you once again, Guns7469 and Oaks25. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And also Pierce Jedi. I'll go ahead and shout you out too, because I think you and I got a lot of comment, and I watch all your videos, and I think you watch most of mine. So thanks for your support, and thanks to everyone else who I did not mention. Also, thank you to my good friends Steven the Laggy Gamer, Dustin Christ, for letting me on the podcast once again, and Grub Gun. What the hell? We'll talk about Grub Gun just because he was on the last episode of the podcast, and amazing YouTuber, and yeah, it was awesome to have you on the podcast, man. Thank you very much for doing that. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to say for now. Thanks for watching. Doomwaves out.